Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. So this is my complete PHP playlist where you can find all PHP related videos and you can follow this playlist to learn PHP from the scratch. So in the last video we learned about arrays in PHP. So before learning important functions of the arrays, let me explain what are functions first. In this video we will cover what are functions and how to create functions in PHP. And after that we will see parameterized functions, means in which we can pass arguments. Then we see default value, then we will see how to return a value from the functions. So I have created a PHP script for this lecture. This is our 14th, so I have named it as lecture 14 function.php. So let me start the script here. There's a simple question mark, then PHP. As you already know, PHP script start with this, and then next question mark greater than symbol. So now, first of all, we should know what is a function before before implementing this. Actually, function is a block of code which performs a specific task. Like whenever we develop a real life project, there are lots of functionality. For example, you can take example of anything like student registration form. So one of the functionality is login page, and one functionality is sign up page, and one functionality would be to save student information. There can be a lot of functionalities. So each functionality is divided into functions in the code so that it becomes more readable and more maintainable. In real life, when we make a large project, then its code become very complex. To maintain that code, we divided the tasks into subtasks and we create a function for each task. So function is a block of code which performs a particular task. For example, we will create a function for login and sign up. So in this way we use function. It makes our code reusable, like we can use our function multiple times in the program, and it makes code more readable and maintainable. So these are the functions benefits. So let me explain how to create a function in PHP. So in PHP we can create function using keyword function. After the keyword function we have to write the name of function. Let me take a very simple example first. Later we will take some more example as well. Say hello function, which will simply print hello world. So syntax is basically, first you have to write function, then name of the function, and after that parenthesis, then curly braces. Inside curly braces we write the code that this function will executed when it is called. So it is just a simple function which will print hello world. Semicolon. Now in order to run a function we have to call the function. Let me show it. To call the function we will simply write the name of the function, say hello, then parenthesis, and then semicolon. So we are calling this function here. The function will be executed only when we call the function. Here we are defining the function and here we are calling the function. So let us check the output by running this file. Make sure your XAMPP is running. I will be using XAMPP to run that file. So inside learn PHP folder, my file name is lecture 14 function.php. So I want to run this file, so I will press enter. You can see that it is printing hello world, because inside this say hello function I have written the code to print hello world and I am calling this function here. Function will be executed only when we call the function. For example, if I remove this line, then nothing will be printed on the screen. because we have only defined the function. We haven't called it yet. It will be executed only when it is called. If I remove it, then it will not print anything. You can see that function code always executes when it is called. So this is a basic example of the function. Let me take another example. We can also pass parameter to the function. Parameter, or we can also call them arguments. Let me create another function called greet. Function keyword followed by name of function, which will greet the user. Like for example, we will pass name of the user as the argument or parameter. Then inside this parenthesis, we can define the variables or parameters that we will pass to the function, and then these variables we can use inside this function. You can see that. Let me print simply hi space, then the name of the user that we will be passing while calling the function. So in this way we pass parameter to the function. This is the function definition. In order to call it, in order to run it, we have to call the function. So let me print a br tag first, so that it gets printed in next line. Now I will call this greet function. Let me show how to call a function with argument. You will simply write name of function, then inside this you have to pass the name. Like I will pass my name, Rajat. Now if you check the output, then this value will be passed to this parameter, and it should eventually print hi Rajat. Let us check the output after saving the file. If I print, you can see that greet function is printing hi Rajat. If you change its value to Raj, then it will print hi Raj. So in this way, function is taking its parameter value name when we call it, and based on these values it is performing task. So this is the way how to pass parameter to the function. Now suppose we want to assign some default value. Like if we don't pass any value to the function, then we can also define a default value. In order to define the default value of a parameter, what we do is inside, after the variable name or parameter name, equals to sign and then value. For example, we want to give default value as guest, and now suppose I don't give any value while calling the function. Then since I have defined the default value, it should take default value when I am not passing any value. So it should print hi guest, because I am not passing any value. It will take this default value guest here. Let us check the output. So you can see that if I am not passing any value, then it is taking default value. But you have to define this default value. Then only it will take default value. Otherwise, you have to pass the value. So this is how you assign default values in a function. Now you can also return a value from a function. To show this, let me take another example. For example, we want to add two numbers. We will take all simple examples here. Later in the series we will take complex examples as well. Let me create a function add values, which will take two values, $value1. You can take variable name of your choice, and what it will do, it will simply add those value1, $value2, and we want to return these addition result. So we'll simply write return. So this return statement will return the value after adding both values. So it will simply return the result. Now this returned value we can use when we call the function and print it. Let me show how to use the returned value. Dollar result equal to function name, add values. And suppose we want to add 3 and 5. So this add value function will return a value which will be stored in this result. Now we can print this result. Echo, let me give a br tag first so that it gets printed in next line. Then result equals to dollar result. So let me check the value of result after adding 3 and 5. So you can see that it is giving 8. So you can change values as well. For example, you want 30 and 5, and 30 plus 5 will be 35. So in this way you can pass value to the function and it will return the addition using return keyword. So using return keyword, function returns the values. So this is all about the basics of function in PHP. So I hope concept is clear to you. In the next video we will see some inbuilt functions that are provided by PHP for arrays. Till then, bye bye. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe the channel. Thank you.